Here we go.
Deep rides that highway, no map, no plan. Knuckles wide on the bars, engines roar like a band. Spam in his pocket, grease on his hands, wind in his face. No one understands. Dean the motor, riding fast, eating fried through the morning mist under a big blue sky. Duct tape and coffee keeps his soul alive. It growls loud as freedom comes alive.
Can.
Through the back road.
There you are. Hey, there we are back. Oh,
We're back and Buck's gone.
yeah. Let's
No, I'm just looking,
No, I'm
looking
not.
for some more, looking for a few more interesting things to upload for. Did you get into that toy maker, old Mac? Did you find?
Yes, I did. And I had some fun with it. I made me one, but I got into the a new page called Chat GPT. GPT.
Okay. Yep,
Oh
yep,
man, I
yep.
tell you that you can create scenes, and I've been creating scenes.
Yeah.
I see you've really stepped it up a bit. You've gone a little bit further than I have in my research, and you've found a new software program that I have yet to discover.
Uh-huh.
So I guess with the scenes, then you could add your music as well.
Sure, yeah. There's there's one I did. I did that one this morning. Here, actually, one of those guys is Dave back there, and that's us riding into Sturgis.
Yeah. Welcome.
You-
Yeah, welcome to Sturgis.
You notice, Moto, I got my gloves
Badass.
on, and look at my
Yeah,
camis.
you do,
And
man.
I'm wearing my camis.
That
I
is
can't see the camera. Oh, there you go.
awesome,
There you
man.
go. On the trike. The
There
trike
we
looks
go.
sick. Actually, looks all stripped back.
Yeah, we're heading
So,
right on
you
into.
Back here, yeah. Welcome to
Dave-
Sturgis. At the
And the
background.
spam billboard's epic.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. We haven't-
That's our icon, I guess.
Amps,
It is.
spam.
Look,
I always
old
think of
Mac,
it, man.
10 out of 10 for being 84 years old and going, oh, I can't use computers, rather
Oh,
than just
no
totally
doubt.
embracing
No doubt.
totally embracing it and totally going, well, you know what? I'm going to make this for me. So old Mac, as this 57-year-old salutes the older
Yeah.
generation.
Oh,
can't
thank you.
I can't even get my mom on here and doing this stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah,
right.
because
You know.
the
Here's a
family's
confession.
going,
What's up, man?
My mom is way more technologically savvy than I am. She's been on Facebook for like 10 years, and I just got Facebook this past July.
Ha, ha.
yeah, well, it's not always the best thing, Facebook, Buck. You know, it puts you in contact with everybody, and not everybody in the world has the same demeanor and the same issues that you have, Buck.
But the thing I like about the messenger is like we can message back and forth or call back and forth, and there's no international rates.
Yep.
Yeah, okay, yep. But that I closed my argument. There you go. I just,
So let me tell you a little story.
About a man named
when we
Jed?
first got our iPhones, all of us in the family had the iPhone. So
Yeah.
I was telling them about FaceTime. So I told my sister, she said, "How do you do the FaceTime, Connie?" And so I told her step by step. And
Yeah.
when she turned it on, she was sitting on the toilet in her house and she didn't have no clothes on. And she said, "You mean this is going, there's a picture?"
poor
Ask
Connie.
her about it.
No, I
She,
won't.
quickly grabbed the towel, tried to cover up. I
No,
said,
you
"You
don't
need
need-
it.
you
The
don't
whole
need-
world doesn't see you now."
You don't need to do that. You don't need to scare her.
That's
She's
hilarious.
she's a good chick, is Connie.
Yeah. Hey,
Oh,
that
we
keeps the
just-
fire going, man.
Well,
That's just where we
in that regard, it wasn't so much about FaceTime, but there was this guy. He put out something sometime back that he was using the screen on his phone and the mirror to shave his manhood, and he
Oh God.
didn't realize it until he started seeing hearts and likes popping up on his screen that he was on TikTok live.
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
Hearts and lights.
Well, yeah.
Could you imagine the embarrassment?
Hey, Mountain Man Flip, how you doing, brother? I was checking to see if I gave you that wrench yesterday, but I couldn't find you. It's like,
Now,
oh, he's coming in from Dave's channel. See, Dave, that helps when you broadcast. Appreciate you, man.
Look at Miss EB.
Where's-
She's in here.
If you
this
don't have
morning.
one, let me know. Go ahead. Yeah, EB's here.
Yeah, there's EB.
Yeah.
yeah, I hung out with the girls this morning in the Philippines, and I tell you what, they were playing the most beautifulest keyboard singing that I've heard in ages. So big shout out to EB and the
Yeah. I've seen a
organ.
few of those.
And the organ karaoke. They did Babe by Styx. It was really lovely
Yeah.
with the keyboard, and I was lucky enough, and I said to no comments that I'll stay to the end and I'll support you. But I'm a bit of a butterfly on YouTube. I've got to be here. I've got to be there. I've got to put my support in for this channel, for that channel,
Yeah.
for some of the Australian channels.
Yeah.
It's not. But by doing it this way, setting yourself up live, you can bring people in. And I was in this screencast. I went and said hello to Mountain Man Flip, and encouraged him to put a sluice in his creek and get some gold.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh. Keyfob, did you send me a picture that you wanted to bring up, or was that just for me?
No, that's for you.
Okay, this here.
you can
Yeah,
put it
just
up
so
if
you
you
knew,
want to.
Dave.
I don't need to see a nude.
Yeah, no, I was just saying it's just a notification that you were.
Oh,
You
that
were
could be
live.
right.
I was just saying I could check that for you, so it was good.
Yeah.
Of course, we
yeah.
know Flip's in here on your channel, I think, so that's awesome. Did this picture
that's
this
good.
morning? Yeah,
That's
just trying to
good.
make sure I didn't miss nobody. People send stuff that once you put it, like Mac. I
Brother
can't
Flip.
find that little picture you sent me the other day with you and the, I don't want to say it, but when you
Yeah,
made
the
with
what?
you in the box.
What's
with
in the box?
with the accessories.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, I've got something to present that I'm working on, and I could do. It's no more than 30 seconds,
Yeah.
and
Where's
I could do with some criticism,
You,
good or bad. Are you able to do that, World?
Yeah.
Let's
Hey,
see.
Rod B.
Let's see if we've got it here. I'm presenting it at the moment.
You're going
Something's
to
just
present it
downloading.
yourself? Okay. Here it is. Is this it?
Yeah, but down a bit the volume a bit.
Yeah, the volume too loud.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's better. That's
There's the
better.
first criticism.
Sorry.
That's just damn loud.
It blew my hair back.
Yeah, like the TDK or the Memorex. We got no picture. We're supposed to.
Yeah, we got no.
Uh,
I'm
what?
it's just working on sounds.
Oh.
Oh,
okay.
oh.
So I haven't put anything together visually. It's just sounds.
Well, I'm envisioning somebody going and walking across a cemetery.
Yeah, that'll do. That'll do, guys.
Okay.
Yeah, please tell us.
Had a rider in the storm feel again. I could hear
Right?
that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Close my eyes. I could picture
like Mac was saying, going through a cemetery or going through some kind of bizarre outback
Yeah.
kind of territory. That was pretty cool.
Okay, so I'll use that as a bit of music for a riding scene, and I'll try and get a riding scene that's a little bit, desolate, I guess, and see if we can get that TDK moment happening again.
Yeah. You remember that sitting in the chair,
Yeah,
the hair
yeah,
blowing
sure.
back, and the
Sure.
Bose or Memorex or TDK, one of those old.
I think it was TDK.
Yeah. Did you hear?
Certainly. TDK does amazing things to my system.
Those are cassettes, boys
cassette
and girls,
tapes.
for the ones that aren't old enough to know.
Mm.
That's the stuff
what
you
was
would
it?
buy high quality tapes so you could record your own albums and then listen to them in the tape player in the car, 'cause-
Not pirating at all, right?
no, you pirated your own money
C15.
though. It was your own stuff. But
C15.
I bought a new Plymouth Barracuda 1968, and it had a 4-track Motorola 4-track in it. And halfway through, you had to turn the thing, pull it out, and turn it over and put it back in. 4-track, kind of like
Brilliant.
a cassette, but it was before the 8-track. It was called
Just walk
Quadraphonic.
away.
Quadraphonic stereo. It would have just been amazing.
You overslept.
For listening to "I Was Made for Loving You" by Kiss. That would have been the same time.
That was their
You know,
disco
that-
era. I hated that stuff at the time. I absolutely hated it. I enjoy
love
it
it
now
now.
and later in life, but as a kid, you're pretty biased on your thing, and disco was not it.
Oh, somebody said
BGs
disco?
BGs suck. I was like, God, I can't
Somebody
stand
said
another
disco?
one.
Look at
Not another
Fucking
Bee Gees song.
Oh. Good morning, Evil Rick. Rod B came in. Rob's neighbor. Yeah, Carrie said he stayed up too late. That's what it is. Yeah. And yeah, I watched a video the other day. I don't know if it's true, but the cassettes are making a comeback, and
retro everything.
possibly
has
the
returned.
CDs. I'm not sure, but mainly cassettes. And that was just one channel, one guy talking about it. And I thought, wouldn't that be interesting?
Does that mean with the cassettes coming back in style that Radio Shack will go back in business?
Wouldn't that be fun?
Yeah, I was
Please,
a member of
please,
the
please.
battery, the free battery every month at Radio Shack.
Having a trip of a Thursday night. You did.
Fun
yeah.
fact. In that new series I'm putting on my channel, in that playlist covering the racing series, those microphones that I'm using in my video, they're Radio Shack microphones. That's how old my
How about
equipment
that?
is that I'm using.
Wow. Yeah.
Yeah, I love it.
Back
Why
during the
not
time
use
of the-
old equipment to document these living legends of racing that I'm documenting? Because they've been around since I was knee high to a grasshopper, so why not record it on old equipment? And
I've
then
been
just
enjoying
use-
your whole series.
Speaking of which, the video that dropped last night was the 99th video on my channel. Tonight's premiere will be video 100.
Wow.
We'll go for that. I'll definitely.
So I'm fortunate. I'm very fortunate.
100 videos is a bit of a milestone, Buck. We're not all like Sterling that can just
let's
plug and play.
Right. And speaking of Sterling, let's keep him in our thoughts and prayers. He's making an 1,800-mile trek home.
Sterling.
Yeah.
I wish he
Yeah,
would
he's-
go home.
He's under the gun to get back home to.
Oh, I know.
Red Lady. Yep.
Yeah, he's been away
Yeah,
from
just
home.
issues.
Well, I mean, he's pretending it's about Red Lady, but we know he's worried about his dog too.
So,
Yeah.
Actually, when he called me yesterday, Harold's stomach must be made of iron because he survived his rampage through the shed.
Oh,
Yeah, he
Yeah.
passed everything.
yeah.
And
that's
he
really good.
went to the vet yesterday for a checkup,
Mhm.
and he's good. Harold's in good health. My dog's son is okay.
Yeah.
Hallelujah.
And he's now celebrating a year.
You got to do everything. Oh, sorry, Sid. Go ahead.
He's celebrating a year birthday too.
Oh yeah. Harold is, and It's like, you know, when you got to treat them just like kids. Think if you got a toddler out there, you know, walking around able to go in place, you got a child-proof, I mean, everything, especially, you know, your dogs are even more apt and able to get up and into stuff that kids like a toddler wouldn't be, you know, so
Cool, man.
hopefully
Whatever can happen and go wrong will happen and go
can
wrong.
fix that somehow. Yeah.
Coming-
You can't make
coming
from
everything
a-
perfect, but
Coming from
You
a,
know, my little white dog, Colton, the one I show
Mhm.
him sometimes, he's the
Yeah.
grandfather of the dog Angelique had for 12 years. His name was Tanner.
Right.
He was the other little white dog. Tanner passed away last year. And
yeah.
then we was able to get a hold of Colton. He's 14 years old. He's 15 this year.
Wow.
Yes, Buck.
He's the grandfather of Tanner.
Yeah.
Buck was saying something.
Lineage.
I said, and speaking of how dogs get into stuff, and back when
Yeah.
I was a kid, it's not dog related, but coming from a kid when I was 5, 6 years old, and I took my mom's car keys and I tried to stick them in the outlet of the house to crank the house up when I was 5 years old. Get this though, I happened to be standing on the vent for the air conditioner system at the same time.
Ooh, yeah, it's
So
extra
that might
metal,
explain a little bit about what's wrong with me.
extra heavy metal. You know, Dad
that's-
told me, he says, son, don't ever stick anything in those outlets when I was small, and let me know right away, because I don't think they had the little plugs and covers and things like we do today, you know. And I swear to God, as soon as he left and went around the corner, I took either a knife or a screwdriver, I couldn't remember what it was, and stuck it in there because my ego was so big, you know. It was like,
Mm-hmm.
because I remember when I was writing my old inventory for when I was getting clean and sober, like, when was the first
so
time you thought you might have been insane, or your ego was big, you know, or something like that it was. And I thought way back, and that was the first thing I remember of being rebellious, you know. And,
Think about it.
and the shocking truth.
Yeah, and it made an electrifying memory for it.
And I still kept doing shit. I still didn't believe people, you know, when I have to try it for myself. I'm not sure. I'm a doubter.
Well, we're men. We're men.
Yeah.
We don't grow up. We just grow old.
I had the correct genes
And our
and
toys get way more expensive.
I knew what I was identifying with anyway.
Can you imagine how many dumbass things I've done in almost 85 years?
Nope.
We want to hear the ones you ain't told us about yet.
Yeah.
They're coming out in the book.
Because I'm pretty sure you have some Paul Harvey moments.
Oh, yeah.
We need to hear the rest of the
Rest
story.
of the story. I got my curly hair and parents. Yeah. And your parents say what? Let's see, that's why you can't grow hair on your butt, Buck.
I got more on my butt than I do on my head. I got enough hair on my butt to
I
weave
want
an
to know
Indian
how
blanket.
Rod knows about the issue.
Yeah, I was curious about that too, you know.
I might have accidentally left my camera on when I was
Oops.
taking a shower or something.
Yeah.
You never know.
Damn, was I still live? I thought I hit end stream.
Oh, guys, every stream is so radically different, Motorborn. Every stream that you do, it's never the same. Yeah, it's the same people.
A little help
We
from my
catch up.
friends, apparently, huh?
But the topics that get thrown around. So, who was it? Retired riders,
Good times.
Hell and Brimstone and Gnashing of Teeth podcast the other day. Anyone from here? No. Well, it was pretty whack, let me tell you. It was pretty opinionated from both sides, from the chat, from the guys, the hosts. And
Whose was this?
certainly-
I was reading this comment and I kind of missed what you were saying.
So John, retired rider,
Yeah.
road guide, had his mate Coy and Motor
brother.
Life. Is it
Yeah.
Motor Life? Yeah. They were all talking about the new Pope. And does the church even need a pope? And anyway, the discussions got into quoting biblical text, and oh my god, And yeah, a few of my comments were
It can get crazy.
not publicised for fear of anyway. So it prompted me to make a song up.
Yeah.
So it's it's from discussions like that I can make responses, and it's helping me out, the AI. It's definitely helping me out. So hopefully that'll be another song that will have some footage, and that's sort of where it came from. It allows me to sort of have a bit of a conversation with the listener, and explore my own music a little further.
Yeah. What's neat?
I'm what you call a royal Catholic. Did you know that? I'm a royal Catholic.
Okay.
Royal.
Yeah, my father was a priest and my mama was a nun.
Ain't having none of that. I don't know what
You
am
don't
I missing?
understand it. Nuns don't get married, man.
Oh, they're
They're
like the mama bull and the baby bull and the,
I'm just
the
another
joke when you
bastard,
were a
you might
kid, like,
say.
oh, they're
No. You should have stick with the story. You should have stuck with the story, Mac.
Well, I had to explain it. I had to explain it.
splan it. Had to splan it. All right. Hey, Backroads, I was trying to get you comment, man, but he said, yeah, morning, guys. Yeah, my dad and uncle, they used to have a contest as to who could keep their fingers on a light switch contacts long enough. Longest. That sounds like the kind of shit I involved myself with in the day. My insanity ego, I can do this. I will do this too, It's like, wow.
Well, that'll do every
Get
time.
into
Paying on
deeper
the
and-
electric fence.
Deeper and darker. That's how the people ride Isle of Man, huh? Full on, got to be ego, because can't be a smart decision to ride a motorcycle 6 times around an island at breakneck speed through towns and not call that ego. I don't know. You tell me. Yeah.
Well,
Ren and Stimpy.
I don't think it's ego. I think
You
it's
don't think so?
skill. I think it's skill. They're a lot more skilled.
What motivates that though? Your smarts or your ego? Because you're going to die. You're going to die if you make a mistake. You're going to leave your families behind. You're going to leave your friends, your whatever. And for what? So I'm just saying that that's my stand on it anyway. But you can give yours.
I have a comment relating to Rod's comment. It's up on the screen right now. Lightning has to come out somewhere.
Usually.
Check this out, guys. June 6th, 1996.
96.
Lightning struck him.
He's going to present something.
He went
There
black.
we go.
He went black. He went
I wonder if anybody's been hit live streaming live and by lightning and stuff like that. 'Cause that's rare to catch
was
stuff
struck
like
by
that.
I-
Oh, he
I
just
was
left it.
struck by-
Go ahead, Mac.
I was also struck by lightning. My brother and I and the next door neighbor sitting in a metal wheelbarrow under the house during the lightning storm, and our house had lightning rods on it, and the lightning struck. The lightning rod came down and went into the ground, but it came and got the 3 of us in the
You
wheelbarrow.
can feel it.
Now,
Yeah.
well, I mean, it knocked 2 of them out completely, and I ran up to the house.
Yeah.
My mother came down and helped me get my brother up out of the ground. He was laying face first in the dirt, and then she had to get the neighbor and beat him in the back to get the dirt out of his mouth. He was unconscious, but he got up and run off like we were about maybe 10 years old maybe, but we're still here.
That's crazy.
A little more
That's a
than-
crazy story.
crazy story, bro.
A little more than
Absolutely.
static electricity when you get your clothes out of the dryer and you get that snap.
Okay,
Oh,
This
I-
stuff.
How bad did you feel it standing on the ground?
I don't know.
there?
It
Like,
knocked
was
me
it-
out, and when I came
Knocked
to,
you
I got
out?
up out of the dirt and I ran upstairs up to where my mother is at, and she
Well, you
came
got-
down and got my brother back to life and my next door
Holy
neighbor.
sh- I didn't know
Because
it was
that.
they were
They were
wheelbarrow.
still smoking just like I was.
No shit.
Hell yeah. It was, I mean, I don't
Holy-
remember the details. I was only 10 or 12 year old.
Yeah,
you know,
yeah. Wow, Mac, that's crazy. You're,
But I
Smoking.
remember it happening.
that's
Oh
what
yeah, they
I-
were smoking. I
Literally
already,
smoking, dude.
yeah, because it's all sitting in the middle wheelbarrow with a metal wheel, not a rubber tire
Yeah,
wheelbarrow.
yeah.
This is back in the
Yeah.
early 50s.
I know. I could just imagine being a parent and seeing your family or your kids or whatever, like, you know what I mean? Smoking and laying there and like they'd just been like they had to have been totally traumatized. How do
It
you,
was-
how do humans survive these things? I don't
I
know.
remember it being scary.
Oh, so there's a good one.
That's
There's a
nuts.
good one. You were talking about all the crazy different. We got the rest of the story. We got the Paul Harvey on that one.
I was run over by a truck.
Good God.
Yeah, I was. I was running. I was in the truck, and the guy decided to make a turnaround in the middle of the street and go back the other way. It was a 2.5 ton dual wheel truck, a little coal dump truck. And when he did, the door flew open. I went out, and the dual wheels run over me, put
Damn
me in
it.
the hospital.
Holy shit. Wow.
Yeah, that was in 1953.
Jesus Christ.
You were born to be here, man, because somebody looking out for you. And
Can't
right,
exterminate me.
right. No.
Ain't
No.
found a way to kill him yet.
There's no Mac off anywhere.
No Mac off.
No Mac off.
Back
no
off. Back
Stop your
off.
Mac
You know-
off.
You know what'll probably be, Mac? It'll
What?
be you pushing a mower, helping out someone that
Yeah.
you get a heart attack. You'll be helping someone. You know, you're such a hard bastard to kill. The only way you'll die is when you're
Yeah.
doing something. No, I've met people like this, and they are the salt of the earth until
Yeah.
they're not here anymore. And
Yeah.
we remember them fondly. That's the sort of person you are, man. You're just a hard bastard to kill.
Ooh.
Well, I've had my moments when it's been right at the edge, and I may have went over, but I came back.
Took a little peek.
Uh,
Yeah.
I don't remember anything about it.
good. I'm good. I'm good. Stick around another minute here.
You got work today?
Me, yeah. Yeah.
And
Yep. Trying to
what's on the agenda for old Mac?
We got to go shopping, but there's a major storm. It's lightning out there, really heavy. If you look on that,
Wow.
if you look at like on one of your weather programs, you'll see we're in the midst of a violent thunderstorm.
Yeah.
So
It's
it'll
been
be
going
the
on
car.
for over an hour.
Yeah, it'll be the car
Yeah.
or the pickup in the truck.
Well, you've been coming in good for that. When you first come on, you could see it a little bit like a little blurry once in a while or a little
Mhm.
weak. And
That's when the
that's
lightning
been totally
strikes.
gone. But yeah, you were mm-hmm.
Yeah, I almost
So
faded
you-
away yesterday, and finally, last night, everything shut down. I mean, the thing I had to unplug everything and let it reset, and then it came back on. So,
Exactly.
I love
Well,
that comment by Rod B.
It's like a cockroach.
Yeah.
El cockroach.
Cockroach. Who we got
And-
here? This is Wrong Grumbling. Man, I just wanted to welcome you and say hello. Hello.
Keith Fob, how's your boy coping?
10 o'clock.
How's
The
it
what
going?
again?
How's catastrophic going?
I gotta get up there and get his bike. He's released it to me. He can't afford it,
Yeah.
so I gotta get back up to Camp Lejeune to pick the bike back up.
That's how it goes sometimes, kids.
Okay.
Yeah.
Mm,
Okay. So he hasn't developed a gambling problem or anything to pass
Yeah.
the time or anything.
No, he's playing house.
Yeah, that'll
Yeah, okay.
happen. That'll do it.
Yeah,
That'll
okay,
do
yeah,
it.
yeah.
Playing
He's-
house is
That's
expensive.
okay.
Does he understand how is it that playing house is expensive and it's
Cannon
gonna
bar my whole life.
forever?
It's the right thing to do. It's what we do. God bless him. You can't take that away from him.
Well,
Obviously,
he's gonna learn.
Obviously, his housemate said,
You
"You
know?
can't have a bike." Think of
Here's a picture of my grandfather.
Yeah.
you.
Hold on. Let me get you
I
up
love
here.
it. I love it, Mac.
Ha.
Wow.
Yeah. You get
Just
the
Look at the
man.
look at the what's in the window back there in the background.
Spam.
Spam.
Yeah, spam in the window. Everything. I know, man. That's freaking great. I
Mac
love those
is a-
photos. Yeah.
So
What was we talking about?
I just the Keith Bob's boy is playing house now, so he can't.
Oh, yeah. I
we've
was
been
saying,
forbidden.
that's right where we need to be, man. Everything,
Mm.
every little single thing I did was exactly the way it was supposed to happen to get the most
Oh yeah,
bunch
yeah,
of
man.
gratitude. And that's what I always say, at least for me personally, was that was the thing that gave me the opportunity to get out of my ego and get a chance to get a relationship with number one up there, because without that, I'd have still been on my kicking my own ass way. You know what I'm saying? So, and that gave me some relief for knowing when I couldn't control some of the things going around me, whether it was my kids or whatever else. They're on their path, and I don't need to be mad about that because they may get that great grand thing that was given to you as well, one day. Because like I've had enough ass whoopings, I've had enough. And then you throw in the towel, and then you get gratitude, and you say thank you. But if you don't know, you don't know. It's like, sticking that butter knife in the old socket, I needed that.
Will you end up?
And I
will you
needed
end
10,
up keeping the bike?
50,000. Go ahead.
I was going to say, will you end up keeping the bike, Keith Bob?
Yeah.
It's
We're going to be keeping it,
Morning.
and without telling them,
Charlene. This is
we're going to be holding on to it with
That's what-
keeping my Harley as well.
Yeah.
So when he's ready, he can come down and pick it back up.
God bless. So, is there a payment plan still on it, or is it cash port bike?
It still has, I think, 14 or 15,000 left on it.
Wow.
Anyway, it's
Yeah.
pre-tariffs, so it's cheaper.
Right.
There is that. Best of luck.
Oh, it'll be
Yeah.
okay. We've already got things worked out where it's going to be taken care of.
Yeah, man.
And, that's
Oh,
the
God
bike
bless.
that was my first big boy Harley. It's my first one after getting a Sportster.
What is this? Have a great day. See you, Rob.
See you, Rob.
Keeping
Oh,
it-
it's just we don't
You're up.
Keeping
don't
it going
really-
for him is going to be something for me. I'm going to enjoy it.
he's only young, man. I didn't really get into
Right.
bikes until my 40s. The Harley scene was in my 40s. When I turned 40,
How you doing, Carney?
was it 42? That's right. I got my Harley Road King at 42. And someone said to me, "What's the meaning of life?" 42. 42, you buy your Harley. And,
Yeah.
it's sort of this. I needed to do what I needed to do, like you, Motorborn. I don't regret any of it. I had a
No.
lot of shit bikes,
Yeah.
but
Be thankful. Yeah.
yeah, it got me here. So I get it. It's a lovely wish. My old man kept my bikes. So there you go, Keith. What a good parent you are.
Having a good perspective.
He'll
helps.
get back to it. I know he
Everything.
will. He's been riding with me for 3 or 4 years already.
Yeah.
So
Mm.
Hey, it's Pee Wee's Big Adventure, man.
Mhm.
That's what I had.
Mm.
I did the Army too. It's like 3.5 years, and went from Minnesota to Hawaii. Like that was culture shock, weather shock, everything. I was just.
You
ready
can
to
see
go.
what it's doing right now at my place right there. I took a picture out the
Oh.
window.
Yeah, I can see that. Yeah, you're not going anyway.
Woo!
You,
Going
you might
anywhere.
see the date down at the bottom. I just took
Yeah.
the picture and it's coming down out there.
Dude, that's
You
a
see the drop
common for your area now. We see that quite often at
Yeah.
your house. You've had how many duck ponds in your yard now? About
Oh,
3
yeah.
lately?
Yeah.
I know.
This road, really about a 5-acre pond over there. And
Yeah.
every morning I wake up sound of the geese. They've been heading back up north and they leave out here just to squawking. Big old
Sure.
Canadian honkers. Boy, they're beautiful.
Ooh, Whew,
Whoa.
they are, man.
Would you get in trouble for shooting one and then getting Angelique to pluck it and cook it?
Yeah.
Oh, really? You would. Oh, but what a lovely meal
Getting
it'd be.
Angelique to plug it. Ain't no way her idea of cooking is open a can of spam. You know what?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pluck a can of spam out of the pantry.
Yeah.
You're talking about
That's all-
those geese, David. In Warner Robins, a little town just 30, 40 minutes away. One of
I know where
my
it's
fellow coworkers, he got
Oh, yeah.
a ticket because he didn't allow the geese time to cross the road and hit one of them.
Oh,
So the city gave him a citation.
Yeah, they
What?
ones that are in town, they protect. Like we have a place like that in Minnesota that just they're all in town. They're noted for that. And yeah, they have goose crossing signs. They got everything. They protect them pretty
Yeah.
good. Of course, come hunting season, and of course not in town, but anywhere they venture out, it's open game. A lot of people
I
hunt.
mean,
Carnies
it
on it.
nice, Carney.
it must be a nice meat to eat. Very gamey and
Man, my house is
cracky.
shaking.
I've ate them.
Mm.
That and ducks.
Ooh.
Great.
Mac?
Oh, I mean,
Great.
I'm
Yeah, I mean,
just
My whole house is
baby
shaking.
duck.
It is so intense.
That's a funny look right there. I
This
love
is-
it.
that
Sterling.
is- That's definitely an interesting
Hey.
look. Sterling.
Can
It's,
you see your speedometer from there?
Bop it,
To be
man.
honest,
I got
Pretty
the
crazy,
cruise
man.
control set, so I
Yeah.
don't need to look at the
There you
speedometer.
go. Yeah. I'm just messing around, man, because I said
Right.
it has to be set back in over your instrument
Yeah.
panel. That's
that
pretty
is straight
cool.
out of Mad Max.
Yeah.
That
dude.
scene is straight out of Mad Max. The
Where
Road
you at?
Warrior.
Where
There
you
go,
at, Sterling?
Somewhere in Nebraska. Oh,
Yeah.
Seaward.
It's a long state too.
The
you
road.
know what? Hold on.
The Road Warrior is here. He's driving. He never fears. The Road Warrior. Everybody, there he is.
Seward,
Sterling Wheel.
Nebraska. Seward.
Yeah, Seward, Nebraska.
Seward, Nebraska.
Ilocaqua,
I'm,
Alabama.
I'm such a fan of the C word that I just,
I know.
Yeah,
I know.
you know. Can't get away. Can't get away.
That's funny.
Here's an
bro.
update for Buck Brown. He says his new dispatch is taking his load over to Sylacauga, Alabama, to deliver in
Sylacauga.
Louisiana.
Sylacauga.
Thank you. Yeah, I need an Alabama to pronounce that for me. Thank you, Mac.
Yeah, Sylacauga.
Nice.
Ooh,
I've never heard of it. To me, it's like an alien June planet. But that look from Sterling Wheel, mate, is straight out of Mad Max.
so we're Thursday right now. What's your ETA in to Homeward Bound? What's your goal anyway?
You made
I'm
me-
gonna
you made
drive.
my brain fry.
Yeah, I had Sick do the math on it, but I'm getting there tonight. It's only 1,300
God.
miles.
Tonight.
There you
Wow.
go. There
What
you
did you
say.
and what did you find out sick? How
Oh,
long?
Dude, he made me do the math. And
I was gonna say you had sick doing math. We're gonna be here till tomorrow. I'm just
even
kidding.
with the calculator, my brain was smoking, dude. I was like, I texted Sterling. I'm like, "Do you smell the smoke, bro?
Woo!
Smell the smoke?"
Still adding.
So I did the math, and he gave me the miles per hour, and it's like 19.5 hours. I was like, "That's
Wow.
longer than I was guessing."
Damn, you're over there doing trig.
I said 3 hours. It would have been like 330 miles an hour. He would have had to gone like,
Yeah.
That was sick trig.
yeah.
Trigging
Like
on.
4 hours would have been like 400 miles an hour or something. He would have to travel.
Yeah. You need sick to plan your routes and stuff next time, Sterling.
Great line.
You'd have made bank.
No. I'm already out of business. I don't need to be further out of business.
Yeah. What's the scoop then? It kind of sounds like you're done with that. If you're leaving the truck, right? Is that just a
Yeah, and it
Or
was
is-
supposed to be a 6-week experiment, and
Yeah.
the trucking market collapsed, and
Yep.
there's no recovery. So
got you? Okay.
I want to see the down society from the comforts of my own living room.
Yeah.
Mm.
By
No,
the
it's
way,
not.
we have 45 days till the shelves are empty, so stock up.
Yeah. Well, put that pig on the trigger while you can.
Yes, Keith.
Oh,
Steve, mate. Yeah, no, he's off. Sterling, most interesting to be riding in your personal pod for the last 6 weeks and having a look at America through the eyes of a transport operator. That is what I've got out of your Sterling Wheel Deliveries channel. I hope that's
And there's still
interesting.
maybe about 5 more videos that I can produce. So stay tuned.
So it's I don't know if it's a huge channel, but it's certainly been a different one that's been very real. The ups and lows of driving in Australia, in America. So yeah, what a good insight. Thanks for providing it. A historical document, if you will.
It is. It is.
The downfall of the American dream. You know,
basically, yeah. and listen, this has happened before. It's nothing strange here in America. You know, ebbs and flows, and you know, sometimes we climb mountains and sometimes we coast down hills.
I'm just thinking about how heroic, you know, breaker, the rubber duck, you know, you got a copy, you know, for the world, the American Oshkosh trucks and the Kenworths and the, you know, the big trucking films of the 70s here in Australia is sort of how we got to know what it's like to be a trucker in America.
Exactly. Yeah.
And you've certainly been able to debunk a lot of the ideas that Australians have about American trucking.
Yeah.
It isn't easy. And funny though, you've got interesting configurations on your trailers. You've got longer trailers but less wheels. So that must be great for transport companies and the tire costs, you know, when you blow a tire. But you know, I guess we're in Australia carting heavier loads and need you know, semi trailers with 3 triple bogies to carry through, you know, 4 trailers. God, all with like the bogies are all 4 tires long, not 2. It's amazing.
Yeah.
But anyway, have you enjoyed it? It'd be good if you could come to Australia, mate. 6 week little increments, and then, you know, fly in, fly out as a driver.
It would be fun, but by the 3rd week, I'm going crazy. So this 6-week experiment has taught me that I don't need a truck like this anymore.
Or to experiment.
Well, look, I'm glad you've come to that realization. Just follow those white lines. Remember, as Motorborn just overtakes you still, it disappears into the horizon. The cheek of that truck driver.
Oh, there it is. Damn. Trucker passing you in a car, man. What's up with your driving there, Sterling? Thought you was trying to get home.
I can't afford to go home, so I'm
I
cruising.
hear you. Yeah, you still on the Econo gas? Econo driving.
Yeah,
that's nice. I try to think of that when I commute, because once I start hearing RPM, especially if I'm on that R1 or whatever, it makes my brain think I need to go hit the gas, you know. But if I just chill and I try to chill and just pretend I'm really, it does make a difference.
Yeah, and the rental car company really screwed me too.
Really?
I booked an economy car, but at the last moment they're like, "Oh, you get a pickup truck and it's got a V8." So,
great.
So this is why old Mac left.
Does Armadillo get loose?
Yeah.
No, it's just like crazy.
Red and fucking yellow. I'm
She
sorry.
looks a
Yeah.
little heated over there in Alabama. That he must
Little
be somewhere
crazy.
in the middle of that.
Oh, got the storms.
Yeah, I know that's why he sent. He said he got kicked off. He didn't really like leave, but he left. And we just pray that no lightning hits him again, man. Does he come up with some stories like, yeah, I got hit by lightning, my body was smoldering, and so was a few of my other family members, and then recovers from that, and then I got ran over by dualies on a truck, and
Yeah.
like, stop.
Yeah,
I
no,
can't handle no
yeah.
more. That's just insane.
He must be a cat. He's got 9 lives.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm headed straight into the storm then if it's in Alabama.
How you doing, Buckman? You came scooted right in
Hey.
here. I didn't even see you. Damn.
Trucker for 45 years, trouble.
He was waving for a little bit. He had to get my attention.
Yeah. Woo. Was he? Oh, yeah.
He was waiting. I was like, oh, who's that? I'm like, oh, look at that. That's Buck.
I know.
I'm back.
Oh,
I'm headed right into that that's coming into Alabama.
sorry. I missed your pop in the studio.
No, it's to wash the truck, I suppose, Buck. It'll wash the truck.
How you
Yeah.
doing, American
Anyway.
Uncensored? Good to see you. And
So back
dang,
back to
man.
where I got cut off when dispatch called in
Yep.
about my story, June 6th, 1996.
Yeah.
I got popped by lightning
Yeah.
on 6/6 of 96. How coincidental.
There you go. Triple.
That
Remember
probably
the
helps explain part of what's wrong with me too.
There's nothing wrong with you, Buck. Don't be silly.
Yeah, there's nothing wrong with Buck.
Oh,
But I'll tell you what, while we're all here together, guys,
I can get
You know-
Sterling back in the truck real quick though.
I don't think he wants to do it, mate. Yeah, I think it drained him. Would that be right? Would that be a good assessment?
so
It's true. And then, you know, I don't have a lot of money to relax when I get home.
No,
I'm
I
gonna
know,
wind
yeah.
up pawning some stuff and
it's a little
paying a few
depressing. I
bills.
know. Yeah, I
Yeah.
feel
And
for you,
then I
Bill.
do have a couple leads. There's a heavy haul company that's been eyeballing me for a while. And then my channel, Sterling Trucking Delivers, has
Yeah.
been seen by a few Walmart recruiters. So
Nice.
No,
Nice.
I've got to answer to that.
You see, that's where it's so cool to stay on your professional end, especially with your driving. I mean, having a few fun comments and whatever is great, but you don't show no horsing around when it comes to your driving or taking care of your vehicle, you know?
Yeah.
Yep.
So that's pretty awesome. I had something else.
Yeah,
I was gonna
Yeah,
say.
disregard that I'm currently live streaming while driving a rental car. But,
No,
you
I
know,
didn't
hey,
see that.
Yeah, I don't know what you're talking about.
it's somebody else holding the camera. I swear.
I know you're in the passenger. That's right.
Good on you,
I mean,
Harold. Thank Harold.
I mean, it's propped up on the chest of a dead
I
hooker,
know.
but you know,
Jeez.
Papa Fooey.
You keep it real on this channel, though, don't you?
Hell yeah.
Here, Chasing Ghost says, I'm unloading methylethylketones. Highly flammable was under the trailer earlier with the fire extinguisher. Dude asked what I would do if it blew up. I said, at that point, it's no longer my problem. Hello.
no, it's in God's hands at that point.
Yeah.
God's
People,
hands at that
what the
point.
hell kind of question is that?
Yeah, I'll tell you exactly what happened. You scream till you die,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. If
and
you could-
it'll hurt the whole time.
yeah.
Damn, yo.
Hopefully it takes care of you quick. Cats only have 9 lives. I know. Mac has more. He's doubled. I have so much respect for you truckers. This is Crystal talking. She says, heck, back up one of those things alone should earn some respect. I have trouble backing up a Toyota Corolla, let alone a full trailer. Yeah, it's a highly responsibility, man, for everybody.
Yeah, I was a
Slow,
CDL
use
trainer
your
for a while.
mirrors.
Yeah, I was a
Slow
CDL
and
trainer
use
for a
your
while.
mirrors. Mm.
And anytime somebody came to me with that comment of, "Oh my God, I could barely back up my Toyota Corolla," I was like, "Listen, you are gonna master this. Give me
You
3
will.
days, and
Yep.
you will be able
You'll
to
love
back
it.
a trailer into anything." And
It's
it's
proud.
so much easier to drive a semi truck than it is a car. Like people don't
Yeah.
understand.
Yeah.
It's absolutely amazing.
Well,
If everybody drove a semi and felt the weight behind a semi, they would have a lot more respect for other semis on the road while they're
yeah,
driving.
like when you pass them and cut them off 20 foot in front of them and stuff.
Just have everyone driving one as a passenger.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
Hey, is that the Nebraska Sky?
Flip
Yep,
said he was.
going westbound.
Oh man, it's amazing. It's just there's parts of Australia that are exactly the same as Nebraska.
Yeah.
You
I
know,
would say it looks flat there, don't it, huh?
This is the Great Plains of York
Ooh.
County.
Yeah.
yeah, the Great Plains. Oh, look, Sterling, God bless you, mate. Stay
Yeah.
safe. Keep awake.
Let's see.
Get home, have a break, recharge.
Yep.
Because we all love you out
Yeah,
here,
man.
and in YouTube land, you're
And-
definitely a celebrity for us.
No doubt. No doubt. That's how I feel.
So,
Thank you.
Yeah.
I appreciate it.
Absolutely.
You're past
And
Omaha.
Harold survived. Harold
Omaha
survived and Red Lady. Sorry, sick. It's
No.
that little delay, man, kicks my ass, and I don't mean to do that to you, bro. Go
All right.
ahead. Go ahead.
You're past Omaha.
Oh yeah.
Omaha's like at the beginning of the state, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The East, yeah.
Yeah. Wait, it's like Omaha's
Ooh.
literally the center of the country.
Yeah, yeah. And it's a big chunk. It's a long state, probably 450 miles or more, 5.
Yeah.
422, I think.
Okay, yeah.
are you
You would
going to
know.
be fuelless? Are you trying to get home on the smell of an oily rag, on the diesel rag?
Yeah.
Unfortunately, this rental car, somebody smoked in it.
I was just
So
gonna mention, yeah.
I'm enjoying the smell of an interior. And of course there's stickers on the window saying $450 cleaning charge if you smoke in this thing. It's like
Yeah, and you hope that leftover
I-
residue don't get pointed to you the next inspection on it, you know? Like,
yeah.
how do
And
you
I
prove
made
that?
sure
You
they
knew, right?
understood that, like, hey, they didn't even have a chance to wash this thing either. It's an
Yeah.
absolute mess.
Yeah, you're probably a go. Let's see. Flip said he was a trucker for 45 years. Doubles, triples, tankers, dump trailers. That's where I got the name Flip. Ah.
When you flip the trailers.
Yeah, well, that's not a good flip, right? But
No, it's not a good flip. It's not a good flip, but it happens.
I was thinking flipping.
You get a sort of a snake thing going, and
Yeah. You might want to explain more of that there, Flip.
okay.
I've never
Gotta
had
get-
an incident or an accident in my 2 million mile career. Now I've had some close calls.
2 million? Wow.
Yeah,
I guess that
And,
don't take long after.
I've had trailers threaten to blow over, but I caught them and put them back on the ground.
This Buck here.
Mm.
Okay. Buck is back.
So that's a Swift truck, yeah? The Swift.
That
No,
would
that's
be-
Amazon. I'm just trying to look at the side of the.
Yeah, that's Amazon right there.
Yeah,
And he's in a
Amazon.
hurry. He's probably trying to get to Cheyenne.
Yeah.
Mm.
Well, let me see. Chasing Ghost
Am I
says I
back
have
again?
Yeah, I have no baffles. I would be happy if they just stopped cutting me off after I stop. There's a 45,000 pound sledgehammer that hits me in the back and pushes me forward. Wow.
Yeah, the surge. but
tankers
there's
ain't no joke.
baffles in a tank.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, no worries, Buck. Go
Yeah.
on.
Well,
I
learned
did tanker for about 12 years, hauling smooth bore with no baffles because it was all food grade, and it ain't no joke when you load concentrated orange juice
Yeah.
in Florida and have to haul it to the Midwest, and it kind of half thaws out along the trip.
that's got to
Mm,
throw
yeah.
you all over the road, like having
And
a
see-
swimming pool back there and trying to drive around.
And the reason being is you can't fill those tankers slam full because they'll be 150, 160,000 pounds.
Mm.
Yeah. And so your
So that's what
payload
leaves
is
room for
money
motion in
is-
the
can't be as good.
ocean.
Do they give
But
you
y'all,
any extra?
Mr. Dave,
Hazard-
it actually in the neck of the woods Sterling's in right now is about the territory where he'll start killing tumbleweeds.
Yeah. They give you
Yeah,
any
okay, yep. Yeah, I've sort of got quite a lot of I've got quite a lot of out of Sterling's channel, you know, the traveling around the US. It sort of feels like I don't really have to go. Just have to watch Sterling's shows and night driving. I mean, I really dug that. I absolutely dug when he was doing it at night.
We have to understand.
And
Oh, okay. Well, there you go, Flip. He actually flipped over or went over
Yeah.
one time in '97, man. I'm glad you're here too. Geez, that's a big
yeah,
deal.
that was a big deal.
So, damn, now I forgot what I was trying to say earlier. See, it left. It left. It's in the ether now.
Well, it's how he got his name. It's how did Flip get his name, Motor? And it's because of being
Oh,
a
yeah,
trucker.
yeah. That I got. Yeah, no, I was thinking about something earlier. What was it? Oh, do you guys, because when you get endorsements for hazardous material or say like Tara running around with the dangerous swimming pool with no baffles in the back, like do you get extra pay for that? Because even the load is going to be smaller and you're not going to have a big load in the first place. So like,
Yeah, we get paid by experience and qualifications.
you do.
Yeah, to be qualifications, so they'd have
Okay.
dangerous good licenses,
Well, that's
and there'd be placards on their trucks. You know?
a little
Anyway,
incentive to sign up for that crazy stuff. Otherwise, I'd
Oh,
be
yeah.
passing.
Yeah, the
Let's
load,
see.
for example, the load I hauled out of Florida yesterday was potassium nitrate, and it was an oxidizer and fire hazard, and had to have placards on it.
mhm.
Yeah, no doubt. Crystal, wow, she said she had a guy lose his whole trailer off in front of her one time, and that had to be had a guy lose trailer off his pickup in front of me.
But I'm sure he was wearing a turban.
Yeah, loose trailer. Those trailers usually don't come loose on semis, though, do they? They once you start out, they're either gonna come off or not. I
Well,
would think.
here's the thing about semi trucks and trailers. If you don't do a tug test and
Yeah.
inspect your kingpin and your fifth
Yeah.
wheel lock and stuff like that, and you just
Poof.
take a chance, you wind up seeing stuff on Bonehead Truckers and Epic Trucking
Yeah.
Fails and stuff like that,
There
because
I am.
people don't do their due diligence like they used to.
Code was
They
frozen.
they are absolutely long ass trailers, guys. We don't have the size. What's the meterage of the trailer length?
That is 53 feet long. That is the American
Yeah.
standard. Yeah.
We do not have
Yeah.
trailers that are 53 feet long. 46, I think.
What were
But
they
I'll
trying?
have to. We can have a combination of trailers
Yeah.
to get the length, but I suppose America's another large country that relies on transported goods to feed its population, so it needs longer trailers to get the stock.
So the body wouldn't come back down.
It's all
Yeah.
about pallets, isn't it?
So-
Like you've got a pallet, two pallets stacked beside each other to the ceiling, and how many pallets can you get into the truck?
Usually it's 28 pallets on the floor.
Okay.
So when it was 48 before it went to 53. When did that switch? Like in the 70s sometime? Or
1980s, they
80s?
deregulated the entire trucking industry and got rid of the Interstate Commission. So length
So-
restrictions and stuff kind of went out the window. So that's why it
Yeah.
went to 53 foot. California was
and that's the
first
reason
state to allow it.
they made cab overs for
Yes.
because like it was so hard to go into places like New York and try to back in some of those alleys with extra long Kenworth long nose, know.
And
Yeah.
it didn't help. And it didn't help in that time frame. The trailers went from 96 inches wide to 108 inches wide.
Oh yeah, okay.
That extra
Yeah.
6
You just-
inches makes a lot of difference too.
Yeah. That's what
You just reminded me, Buck, of that
Width
that
is everything.
beautiful old blue Peterbilt that you had to short of. That was pretty cool. The old blue Peterbilt.
So what did
Right. Thank you. It's been a long, hard fought labor of love, and there's been
so the body wouldn't come back?
there's been more than me along this journey that's seen it through and made it happen.
Yeah.
And you guys all know y'all been a part of this journey to get me to where I am. And
Privileged to be talking with you today, guys. You know, drive safe. I'm out of here. I love you.
I know. I'm ready to go too here. So thank you, Dave. Thanks for showing up from Australia, man. Appreciate you.
Saying a little prayer for Sterling that he gets home and gets the hell out of his truck and back onto his rifle range. You know, got to shoot them rabbits. Got to shoot them rabbits. Sterling.
Now we're gonna be shooting tumbleweeds when I get home.
Yeah, we'll be just doing something. Get that, get all that stress out, brother. You know, 6 weeks is a long time to be away. It's almost a prison sentence, brother. Anyway, you've had a nice little personal pod.
Good stream, man. Appreciate you, bro.
Yeah, good stream, guys.
Make it good.
Later
Thank you.
on. See you guys.
Bye. Now, Tara says she stayed with one company long enough to get a 1,000,000-mile safe driving award. Took 8 years. Been driving 28 years. So you got like way more than 1,000,000, right?
By now, yeah.
Yeah, Flip said something about that time he did flip was frozen. He said the load was frozen in the trailer, had air controls so the body wouldn't come back down. Don't understand that, but apparently it affected why you flipped.
Oh, I've been there and had to deal with that.
Yeah, what's he saying? Okay, here's another one. Yeah. Today with a brand new Road Max said Flip, Chasing Ghost telling Flip I dump in the mud often, trash boxes. Have nearly went over many times. Drop that box quick. I'm always scared it's going to happen. Yeah, there's a lot of pressure in that job. A lot. Just driving alone is high pressure most of the time you're driving.
Earlier in the year when I was in West Virginia and I had that load of rock that was frozen in the trailer.
Yeah.
That was scary. I had to pour antifreeze in the trailer to thaw the rocks out to get them out the trailer.
I gotcha.
Wow.
So what? Damn it, left again. Wish I could remember everything I wanted to ask you.
Gone forever.
Take notes.
Oh, the stress when you know, because I know you're better with it because you've been doing it a long time. But when do you know when you get complacent with just because at some point you got to tell yourself, I got to relax through this stuff. I'm just driving, I'm doing what I can do. Pretty soon you're not being as would think as careful at times. Not like you would do that, but I mean, you got to catch yourself. I think at some point. Does that affect you ever?
There's warning signs. You know, you start driving a little too aggressive, you start tailgating, and all these new trucks have collision mitigation, so it'll beep and bong at you, you know, if you hit the fog line too many times or if you're chasing somebody a little bit too close, you know.
So if you ignore those long enough, will the company actually call you and say, hey,
yes.
Okay.
Yeah, that's when the camera starts recording and then, you know, you get a call from safety or what have you. But as a professional driver, you tend to know when you're going a bit crazy, and that's why we pull over, we stop, we rest, get out and walk around the truck. You know, that's what I did last night. You know, I was driving this rental truck and I stopped at the Iowa 80 and just walked around. I didn't need to. I was like, my body's saying, yeah, keep driving, you idiot. You need to get home. But then my mind's saying, hey, let's look at some sparkly things and enjoy some air conditioning and grab a bottle of water. And I was able to drive in another 6 hours to where I stopped and slept for a little bit.
It's a big game, ain't it, out there? I know, with your head and stuff.
And that's
Yeah.
where I was going to pick up too. Is the thing about it is the moment we get complacent behind the wheel,
Yeah.
our equipment or our environment is going to wake us up,
Yeah.
or
Yeah.
both.
Yeah, and hope there's no, what do they call that? Collateral damage in the meantime, right?
Yeah.
Cab overs were because the scales were only 70 foot long in the day. Now, I bet that was a big deal. And money wise, trying to adjust scales. I mean, scales can't be cheap. I guess maybe they can just upgrade the ones that are previously there, but to weigh longer trucks like that, I never even
Yeah,
thought of something
and
like
back
that.
then they didn't have the scales like we have today. Like most of our scales are roll across, so you just roll across it at 3 miles an hour, and it'll add all your axles up.
Oh, you don't even have to stop no more, huh?
No, and it's better on the load sensors too. Like if you
Sure.
want to piss off a weighmaster, slam your brakes on the scale.
Yeah. Sometimes the slightest little tap will do that, the controls, it's okay. What's this? I got to get going, you guys, pretty soon. This was great. I'm going to hit these 2-4. As soon as you come in, I'm leaving. Isn't that
Yep.
something? That's a couple days in a row.
2-4 in the
There are
door.
Those that have and those that will go over. Well, I hope not. So why does
It's
it
like
always?
it's like riding a motorcycle. It's not
Yeah.
if you'll dump your bike, it's when.
Yeah. It can happen. That's for sure.
That's
the
why I
highest-
prefer to dump my bike in the garage before I even get to ride it.
Just take a dump before you go riding. How's
There
that?
you go. There you go.
Okay. All right. That's 6 like right on. That's right. Let's see.
Well,
Why does the
Sounds good.
always stick to the nose, the highest and the most unstable place? That's where the load sticks. Yeah. And one more here. Has the same argument 3 times. No, I can't turn the truck off. Belly valve will close if air bleeds off. Next guy walks by. Tires try to tell me turn it off, or tries to tell me turn it off. Turn it off, mofo. Turn it off. Okay. Yeah, that's what it's telling me. Turn the stream off. Turn it off, mofo.
Got to press that button to make things go away.
I got 2 appointments today, and so I got to get my butt there and have a little time to relax and get settled in, make a baked potato, and go to town. A lot of times I'll go to work. I haven't ate yet, and I'll go to work and I won't eat, and then I come home and I'm like, got a splitting headache and wonder why. So
Why is my head thumping?
yeah, and 4 cups of coffee full of caffeine, and but I'm staying awake
And
through
then
those.
and then all those loud motorcycles you ride too.
Dude,
It's
yeah.
awful.
I'm so thankful I wear full face. I wore the skateboard helmet the other day, and I actually went and I felt old, man. I went and I got those orange ear squishy plugs to put in because I forgot how freaking loud. And I used to ride like that all the time with the baffles off and hauling ass and going 3-4 hours, and your ears would be ringing still when you got off the bike, and you'd hear it at nighttime and screw your hearing up. But yeah, so be careful with your ears out there, people. Ego or not.
Speaking of full face helmets, has anybody seen my awesome new full face helmet?
No. Maybe. I'm sure I have. I just,
We seen it, but we weren't paying attention.
Yeah, it wasn't flashy enough. Probably said Indian on it somewhere. I don't know. Just ignored it.
Sick bastards
A
crying.
little
Oh,
jab before I
right
left. Just a little jab before I left. I'm full of shit. I love motorcycles no matter what, man.
I can't bring myself to defile that new helmet with any stickers or anything.
I know that's hard when they're new. Like now, I've got mine, and because I had a nice, $500 and some dollar. To me, that was a lot, 50 some, and then bought a $150 visor for it because it was gold,
Yeah.
Gold would go with the gold on my orange sport bike because I got gold embellishments. And
The only reason my helmet has stickers is because I dropped it in the kitchen, or I dropped it in the garage, or I dropped it and then accidentally kicked it when I dropped it. It's like, okay, we're putting stickers on that helmet.
Yeah. They're possibly, they take pretty good. They got to take a good punch, man, if they're going to protect your head. So just dropping it can't add take away protection value. I wouldn't think. Do you? Because some people say,
They,
"Oh, if you drop
they
your,"
do. Yeah,
they
if you
do.
talk to the manufacturer, they're like, "Oh my God, if you drop it on a pillow, you need to
Well,
buy
yeah,
2 more
they want you
helmets."
to spend more money. They want you to buy another one. I don't know. I'm full of shit. I don't know. I'm just suspectful on some of that. But anyway, I'm gonna wear my helmet if it's dropped anyway. You know, I will, because I ain't smart. Got nothing to protect her. Like, yeah, sell that helmet to him. You got no brains. Randy
I'm
Rides,
pretty
how you
sure
doing?
the accident that that I'll have, hopefully my helmet will still be attached to my head if it happens.
Yeah. Buck made a video on the helmet. Did you make a video on the helmet?
I did. I absolutely did. I done a mail call on it, and I featured it in my
Yeah.
last riding video around my hometown.
Well, look at this guy right here. Said he made a video on it. Oh, Flip is paying attention. I'm pretty sure I've seen it. I just don't remember it.
I can't afford to
I
pay
remember
attention.
Yeah, I remember going around the town and all that, and you giving the tour and some of the.
Yeah, my helmet was on in that video that I so graciously was gifted for Christmas.
Can you have the helmet inspected? I did that after my crash. Yeah, you can. Okay, that's cool. Yeah. Buck is my army brother. Yeah, you're gonna pay attention. All right, heading out, you guys. Peace and love. Maybe see you tomorrow, hopefully, God willing. And Sterling, be safe, man. You gonna be home tonight? That's crazy.
We got a live tonight.
Yeah, Thursday. Woo,
Thursday night live.
I'm glad you remind me.
And my next video premieres at 7 p.m. It's another interview. It's only a few minutes long, but it's
I've got a
in
video that drops at 3 too.
3, okay.
Sweet.
I've got a 3 p.m. for Sterling
Central.
Trucking delivers today.
Central
All
time.
Possibly.
Okay.
3
Episode
p.m. which
23.
time zone?
All right.
Eastern. 3 p.m. Eastern, Central,
It's
Mountain.
whatever time zone that I'm in right now. So
Yep. Central.
Central, so that's
Yeah. 3. Yeah, that's
4
math
Eastern,
again.
3 Central.
Sick will tell us later.
yeah.
All right. Peace.
So
Get to your comments on the way out. Bye. Yeah, so thank you everyone for having a wonderful coffee with me, man. It is much greatly appreciated. I think we started the day off right, so just love on your peeps. Tell your friends you love them. Tell your family you love them, and just go out, have the best day you can. Spread it out there. We'll see you again soon. Bye.